With the school year starting on Wednesday, thousands of holidaygoers are making their way back home. The Gauteng Department of Community Safety says high traffic volumes are expected. eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu is in Midrand, where he joins us now live. So, Lindokuhle, how much of a presence do traffic police have there this afternoon?
Quite a high police presence here, I can tell you, Tembegile, as the scores, the last batch, in fact, of people that are holiday makers coming back to Johannesburg, going back to the big metros after the holidays. But I am joined by Mr. Midrand, who is the Johannesburg Metro Police Department spokesperson, who will just explain to us the kind of operations that they are having as this last batch of holiday makers makes their way back into the cities, ahead of that school opening, as well as people going back to their respective employment places. Mr. Wade, thank you so much for joining us. But as we can see, there's a high presence of police on the streets today. But just take us through some of the operations that you are having as holiday makers make their way back into the cities.
Yes, it's important that the vehicles that have been stopped is roadworthy. That's very important. And so the officers are checking to see that the tires are in order, to see that the licenses are paid up, and to see if their drivers have valid driving licenses. So we're also checking to see that the drivers are sober. And thus far we've arrested 594 drunken drivers this festive season, and 46 for speeding. So this operation we're also checking for drugs and for stolen goods. And it's a general visibility that must be high. We must maintain this visibility, because thus far we have been effective this festive season, and we will continue this way to see that we must reduce the road fatalities and road accident rate. That's very important.
I mean, you talk about visibility of the police, and in fact, that was something that was said several times, numerous times, leading to the festive season, leading to the holidays. But this visibility now, the effectiveness of this visibility, have you seen it? Are the numbers really reflecting if that is effective or not?
Yes, no, the visibility and the hard work of the officers has definitely paid dividends, because we can see a reduction in the accident rate. However, we want to still see even less accidents and less deaths. So we will have to maintain this visibility, and we will have to continue until all of the motorists have returned to Gauteng.
I mean, earlier when we spoke on the phone, you did mention that there are operations that are happening around, various entry points in and around coming into Gauteng. But just take us through now, you spoke about the 15-kilometer radius where you have police visibility. Just take us through a broader perspective of what is happening on the roads, what people should expect in terms of the police visibility, and what operations you have, not just here, but around, the entries to Gauteng.
Well, look, you can see that the N3 coming in from KZN, also on the N12 from Northwest, the N1 from Limpopo, the N3, KZN. So all of these freeways, we have Metro Police officers every 10 to 15 kilometers being visible and stopping vehicles and checking drivers. So we will sustain this kind of operation until all of the motorists have returned to Gauteng.
All right, and then with the frustrations that might be playing off, I mean, such an operation does tend to have an effect on the traffic, but the frustrations of the motorists in ensuring them that this is absolutely necessary, what would be the message from the Johannesburg Metro Police Department at this point in time?
We want to ask motorists to be patient, to cooperate with the officers. We know that it's inconveniencing a lot of people, but it's not going to be the whole day. We're having this roadblock for about an hour and a half, and then we will back up to allow for the traffic to flow again.
All right, thank you so much. That is the Johannesburg Metro Police Department, the spokesperson, Wayne Mina. But I'm just going to try and allow my colleague, Tando Slopo, to just show you some of the operations that are taking place. In fact, several taxis, several transports have been stopped. You understand that this is a particular route that is used by taxis coming from Limpopo as well as Mpumalanga, some coming from Mpumalanga. But the Johannesburg Metro Police Department, they're searching each and everything, including the bags, searching for illegal substances, searching for anything anything that might be illegal coming into Gauteng and coming in particular to the Johannesburg city. But what I can tell you is that there is that sort of negative effect as the traffic keeps on growing, keeps on mounting. You can see just behind me there is traffic that is coming, and motorists that are coming from Pretoria also affected by this. But the Johannesburg Metro Police Department saying it's absolutely necessary to do this. And one other thing that they said is that they have seen that with the increase in the visibility of the police, they have seen a decrease in the number of incidents, particularly the fatalities that they've seen in the city of Johannesburg and around Gauteng.
Lindokuhle Xulu out for us in Midrand as we continue to keep watch on the country's major highways as the last batch of South Africans who are on holiday make their way home.